I'm Mark Schneider and you're watching Schneider Classics, and today we're fixing the quad. So if you guys didn't know, I crashed this thing a little while ago, and there's a video on that on Marcus Schneider. We screwed up some things. We did an episode of me doing redneck bodywork to the quad, drift stitching, but I found some more damage because for some reason this tire was straight. The other tire was kinked out weird. So I started working on it, being like, well, if it's a bent hub or a bent something, and trying to look for it and find it, and I found it. And now I'm like, oh, I'm in for a lot of work. This caught my eye. You can see all that straight down the narrow. That's not straight down the narrow. That's, and there's bulging there. So that means this got to come off. Alright, so first disconnected this, obviously. Disconnected both the lower control arm and lifted it up above so it's not in the way. This. So as you can see, the full lower control arm is out. Oh, that metal sleeve wants to come out. You can see, I hope this better shows that, yeah, that's bent. So that has to be straightened out. This little bit is bent too, has to be straightened out. Now the biggest reason we have a lot of camber adjustment here is you can see that that's been bent as well. So I'm going to stick this in the vise and we're going to try and bend this the nice way. Get this done, because an ATV lower control arm is stupidly expensive. Like, I can go out and buy like a J body for that Cavalier, that 99 Cavalier we have here. I can go and get a control arm for that for like 20 bucks. These old trucks, I can get one for like 20 bucks. At most 30, 50 if I want to go high end. Like, they're cheap as heck. But at quad, for some reason, quad parts, they're just so darn expensive, and they don't need to be. It's actually cheaper to get aftermarket stuff and to do performance mods when you break something over going factory for some of this stuff. Like, we're running an aftermarket rad in this Polaris that holds up to like 20 to 30% more coolant. It is bigger. It's a bigger rad, aluminum rad. That's it. It doesn't take up any more room. It's just a little bit thicker and thicker sides instead of the thin little shitty sides. And it's just made of better material. It only cost me 200 bucks. For me to get a factory rad for this thing would cost me 400 to 500 bucks. So it's cheaper to do a performance mod. Control arm, no, I bet you if the control arm was completely, it's not completely fucked, I can fix it. If it was completely fucked, it probably would have been cheaper. It would be cheaper because I bet you this control arm's like 200, 250 bucks at least. I bet you it would be way cheaper for me to install a proper lift kit on this quad to do the whole thing than to replace the control arm. Like, it probably cost the exact same to replace one control arm than doing a lift kit to do all the wheels. Like, that's how crazy this stuff is. Like, that's my hub. So I'm going to bring this over to my vise. We're going to gently try and bend that back with just a little bit of force, because I can already tell in there, that's a brass center and a steel housing. So the steel housing's not going to go, the brass center's going to go. This makes sense why the other one, once it became untight, it just unscrewed, where this one is having difficulty with its threads. So another reason I want to screw this all the way in before I bend it is I don't want to fuck up those threads. this. As you can see, I took the vise off my workbench. This is how we're straightening out these brackets. Don't judge me. Can't really judge if it works. I understand if you're judging me real hard. Please suggest me a tool that can get in this tight space that's not a hammer because it's too tight of a space. It's part of the frame, so I can't take the bracket off. To get in here, and you see this curve in here, and straighten this out. Hand lifting my 5-pound vise. It's the best I got. So I'll show you in the light here. Because now we're gonna stick this in the vise and start straightening this out in the vise. You can see, not very well, but that's crooked. This is the brass rod that it hinges on. So because this was like this, as the lower control arm is swaying like my arm is, that bend there is just crocking it like this instead of straight. It's crocking it like that. So it's crooked. So because it's crooked, it just sticks out way more. But this brass rod inside the lower control arm is better the brake than anything else. One, because I'm just gonna hack. I'm just gonna be a hack and fix it. And put it all back together and see how straight she is. Because if she's not straight, I may have to figure something else out. Find another problem, but that's a problem. And they tell you, I noticed this problem This problem was not noticed by noise. There was no noise. It wasn't riding weird. It wasn't turning weird. I had no problem riding at all. As you saw in the other video, we did a burnout today just with it, in a dirt burnout. I guess that's what that's called. I don't know. If there's gravel or not gravel, if there was cement there, you'd be able to see like a burnout and burn some rubber. But I got dirt, so it's ain't killed the dirt before it kills anything else. So it's nighttime. The camera died, and I just wanted to get this done, so I missed some of it on film. There's the tire. If you didn't see that before the tire was like that. Now she's straight with the machine, just like the other side. That makes me happy. So that means she's fixed. So then there's just a couple more videos to be done with the quad, like put the seat on, get that back rack set up and done for this so I can haul stuff around the yard. And we got her fixed again. Hydraulic jack. It's old as this hydraulic jack is older than me. Works like a charm. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Schneider Classics. We got the lower control arm fixed. I love this quad. Took it out for a joyride, checked it out, made sure she was okay. She's good. So I'm glad about that. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more stuff with the quad or the 67, or we got the 72, the go-kart, the Dan the mini bike. Like, we got tons of projects and tons of stuff happening every day. Like, heck, 3 videos were shot today. And it's nighttime and I'm still working. So you want to hit that notification bell because you'll be notified the next time I'm working on something I'm wrenching. And you'll be notified first then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, oh man, am I ready to go to bed? I am glad this is fixed. Getting ready to have to go. We just gotta fix the seat and get that back hauler item done for the back of the quad, and then we will be set once again to hit the trails and have some fun, as well as get some work done around the yard. Hope to see you guys in the next video, and keep burning that rubber.